Okay, the second sort of big trait that they had was that they used direct response marketing over branding. And I'll explain the difference between the two. And it's not to say that branding isn't important, right? Obviously, we've heard people talk about branding quite a lot this weekend. Right? What branding does is, branding, when you get a customer, branding keeps them coming back, right? Branding helps you, once you've got the lead, it helps you to make the sale. But it doesn't help you get the lead. So, for example, like they say, if I get a block nose, and I want a solution, the first thing I'm probably going to think of is Lemsip, right? That's the brand. Lemsip's the brand. It's going to clear my code. That makes sense? Yeah. But I know that. So I know what Lemsip is. I've bought it before. I know it's good. If I'm sort of, imagine I'm a Martian, I come from outer space, and I suddenly get this code, I'm not going to know. If I go into a shop and I see a box that says Lemsip, I don't know what it is, right? It doesn't make any sense to me. What I'm actually looking for is I need something that says clear your block nodes or clear your code. So you see what I mean? It's talking about what I actually want. What your clients are actually looking for, they're looking for, I guess, the headache cure rather than the aspirin. They're looking for the solution. So what we found with the top performers, at the first stage, so afterwards they work on their brand, at the first stage, all they're really looking at is, okay, what problem are my clients having, and what solution are they looking for? Right, so it's headaches, they're not talking about aspirin, they're talking about headache cure. You see what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yes.
So that's the big thing we found.
Yeah, just to take the Seamus said to me yesterday, we were talking about this only last night, and he made a really good point, is that if you've got a problem with piles, what you want is, or hemorrhoid, you want a cure for the pain in your butt, and it's a solution to the problem that you want. So when the client asks you what you do, you talk about the solution to their problem rather than what you do. Yeah? Do you see how that would work for you? Yeah?
So what direct response marketing is when any marketing activity you do, so any time or money that you invest into marketing is to get a direct response. That means that they're either going to buy from you or you're going to generate a lead. What brand advertising is when I'm sort of pushing the brand, pushing the name Lemsip, which if people know what Lemsip is, it works. All right? And once they know what you do, it works. But I mean, what we found is a lot of people didn't, I mean, it's changing more and more the industry grows, but a lot of people didn't know what a coach, trainer, or consultant, they don't know what we do. They don't get it, right? I mean, one of the great things about being here is people actually get it. You don't have to explain in as much detail, this is what you do, but your potential clients, sometimes they don't know. It's like the equivalent of a martial land in the United States in getting a cold. Like, we all know what cold is. They don't know what it is. All they're looking for is a solution. So what we want to focus on is direct response. That is either getting a lead or getting a sale. And what we found works best, so there's two models, the lead conversion and the sales conversion. Now, people are, I don't know, again, people have spoken about this before, but again, to address my point, the important thing isn't have you heard it before, are you doing it? Right? With the sales conversion model, what we're trying to say is, we meet someone brand new, and we're saying, essentially, here's your problem, buy from me. And a lot of people like to use the dating analogy, so it's a bit like me sort of going to everyone in this room and saying, will you sleep with me? Now, just to be clear, my girlfriend's over there, so this is a hypothetical question, but it's like me doing that, and you might get some people that say yes, but the vast majority are going to say no, right? What the lead conversion model says is that rather than doing that, I first ask, hey, would you like a drink? Right? So what would happen if I could separate, maybe I separate first the people that are in relationships to the single people, and then I concentrate on single people when I say, hey, would you like a drink? And then I work on building a relationship from that stage. So what we're essentially saying is, with the lead generation model is, when someone comes to the problem, saying, hey, Mr. Client, or hey, Mrs. Client, I know you've got this problem, but we've just met, so I don't expect you to buy from me, but here's sort of a free guide or a free tool to help you get on the first path to your solution. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Great stuff. So that's what we found. Now,